Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Wilcox, and welcome to your self-care tutorial for myofascial release of the calves. So, this is definitely not a substitute for actually seeing a myofascial release practitioner in person, because believe me, that is way better. It's awesome. But this is a really great technique to do in between your appointments with your practitioners, and also just if you happen to have some calf tightness, ankle tightness. The big thing that got me recently was I had some sciatic symptoms, and while I kept treating my back and my piriformis and things up higher because I felt like that's where it was coming from, turns out it was actually coming from the compression of the sciatic nerve, most likely down in my hamstring and calf area. And so releasing my calves and hamstrings actually helped far more than anything else. And I know that a lot of times we are told to release things up higher in our back, especially because a lot of times that's where it feels like it's coming from. But just know the fascia covers the entire body, even down to a cellular level. So it can be connected to anything. Like for me, it was along the route of the sciatic nerve, but it could be anywhere. You could release something in your neck and it could help your sciatic nerve. So, but today, I'm going to be showing you how to release your calves with a foam roll. So make sure you get out your foam roll. It doesn't have to be this big, long, huge one. It can be one of the shorter ones. I prefer a smoother one, not the ones that are have all the knobs and stuff, because while that might actually feel really good to get into your calves more, we're not necessarily trying to like poke little areas of your calf. We're trying to do a bigger release, so throughout a bigger section of tissue. So just the normal old foam roll like that will work, or any of the other colors are just fine. Sometimes I believe it's the pink can be really, really, really soft, so you might not get as much out of that. You do want to have something with a little bit of density to it so that it will put some light, gentle pressure up into your calves. Okay, so we've got our calf on the foam roll, and I usually start by just kind of moving around, moving my foot either pointed outward or inward as I'm going up and down to try to find where that spot is that's maybe a little bit tender, maybe it feels a little hard, maybe it just feels tight. Anywhere that you're feeling that tension, that's what you're looking for. So if you're rolling around and you're moving around and you're like, oh, there it is, that's probably the most tender spot that I felt during that rolling around discovery kind of motion, then that's where you're going to be staying for the next 5 minutes. So with myofascial release, we have, through a lot of different research and a lot of people doing this for many, many, many years, have found that it takes at least 3 minutes, but we really prefer more than 5 minutes to actually get significant permanent structural change in the fascia and in the tissues. So we want to make sure that when you're doing this, you're doing it for a long enough time that you really get good results, and that you're not just doing it for a couple minutes, because you really won't feel much result from that. And so set a timer, lay down, put some good music on, and see if you can just relax your body as much as possible. Now, the other thing is you can sit up like this if you want to. For me, that's not very relaxing. So I tend to lay down on my back when I'm doing these releases. And then if you're going, okay, well, I kind of feel it, but I don't really feel as much as I would like to with this release, you can use your other leg and just cross it over so that it's giving you more weight down into the foam roll, and you will definitely feel a little more intensity. Now just know, unless you have insanely tight calves, which some of you might, and that's totally okay, and that's why you should be doing this release, but unless you have like really, really, really tight calves, you're not gonna feel like a ton of severe tension, maybe even like therapeutic pain, you're not going to feel a ton of that. It's probably more just going to feel tight. But this is a wonderful release for this. And as you can see, very relaxing. And so you're just going to be in this position for 5 minutes. So close your eyes, relax. And if you feel any other sensations as you're doing this release, pay attention to that. Really feel into your body while you're doing these releases. That's what we call the fascial voice. And so listen to that, and that's a wonderful thing. If you feel something else happening in anywhere else in your body, it could be in your ear, it could be in your toe, who knows? If it's something significant and you really feel it for a decent amount of time, that is something to either bring up to your practitioner at your next appointment, because it's probably your body saying, hey, I need some help here, or look at the rest of my videos that I have, and very likely you will find a release that could maybe help you in that area of your body. And if not, comment on this video and let me know, hey, I felt this here and I didn't see a video for that. Could you make a video for a release in this area? So remember, you are the only one that knows how you feel. So listen to your body, listen to your intuition, and just let it lead you. Have a wonderful day.